Hi everyone, welcome to our Path to Agreement 5-day online masterclass where we will be talking about professional selling and how to really help you to increase your sales exponentially. So we have so much value to offer you guys this week, and I am truly excited to be here with you today. And I'm just going to give it a couple of more seconds so people can connect with us live. So if you're watching this as a replay, just bear with us for another couple of seconds and then we'll begin. Okay, as I can see, people are connecting, so let's just give it a few more moments so everybody gets a chance to join us live, because this is so much more exciting when you join us live, guys. You get so much more value, and you can feel the energy of the group as well, and you can also give your energy, which I can feel as well, as a feedback. So it's really good to have you guys here. Thank you so much for joining. Excellent. There's more people coming up. That's wonderful. Okay, guys, so let's begin. And hello, everyone, once again, and welcome to our Path to Agreement Professional Selling. So the art of selling. And within the next 5 days, we will share with you some truly amazing information that has literally changed my life 5 years ago. So if you're watching this live, please do say hello in a chat box. Say where you are coming from, where you are joining us from, because we always have people from all over the world joining us at different time zones. So it's so exciting to have everyone internationally. So put a hello in the chat box or hi in the chat box and let us know where you are joining us from. And for those of you who are watching this as a replay, please put hashtag replay in a chat box, so we know exactly if you've missed us, but you always have a chance to catch up by watching those replays. Those videos will be available for your view for the next couple of weeks, so there's plenty time to catch up if you cannot join us live. Okay, guys, so get ready and get excited, because life will never be the same. I have some truly phenomenal information to share with you. And before we begin, I would like to get to know you a little bit more. So if you could put in a chat box what sort of sales you're in, and also if you work in sales in a company. So if you work for a company in sales, or if you are self-employed, or if you maybe are a sales director or a sales manager and you have a team, people that you are managing. So please do put in the chat box. If you work for a company, you can put hashtag company. If you work for yourself, if you have your own business, you can put hashtag business. If you are a sales director or a sales manager and you have your own team to manage, then please put hashtag team. So we know exactly where you are coming from, guys, so we can give you even more value to tailor it to your needs, because we just want this training to be as personal as we can. So the more we hear from you, the more feedback we get from you for the next 5 days, the more we can help you. This is great. Hi. Excellent, guys. Thank you so much. So please do share, okay? Be as active as you can. And this is what's going to help us to also get a lot of feedback from you as we go. Now, when you have any questions, please, as we go, just put a question in the chat box, okay? Sometimes we have a slight delay in a chat box, but if I don't get a chance to get or read your question during the session, I always go and check the chat box after the session. So if you post a question and your question is not answered during the session, don't worry, because we'll always get back to you. And also a very important hello, Alice, welcome back, and Nicole, thank you so much for joining us as well. So there's also another important message for you guys, that if you were tagged or you're going to be tagged during the next few days, is just to let you know that we'll go live, because sometimes you miss us going live. So you'll have your success advisor, personal success advisor, who will be tagging you this week. So if you're tagged by one of our team, just, please say hello to them. And if you have any personal questions, perhaps you can go to them directly. Also, this week at some point, we just want to make sure that everything is clear and everything is easy to understand, and just want to make sure that you guys are having a really good time watching us. So your success advisor will probably pop a message into your messenger. So please do check if there is a request message waiting for you from one of our team, because we're here to really serve you and to support you. So we just want to make sure that everything is clear, and if you have any questions, you know who to reach out. So at some point this week, today, tomorrow, maybe on Wednesday, you'll have a message waiting from your success advisor just to say hello. So please do check your inbox if there are any messages waiting for you. All right, guys, so just a little bit about myself. For those of you who don't know me, for those of you who just for the first time joined our group in the last few weeks, and you have no idea who I am and who is everyone in our team, I just want you to get to know us a little bit more. So my name is Aleksandra Minto, and I've been a business and personal coach and mentor for the past 5 years, and I absolutely love my job. I also work with a team of people who are your success advisors, and they also have worked with me in the past few years, and they are here to really support you, uplift you, and to serve you. So we are really here to serve you to the best we can. Now, being a mentor and a coach has been a phenomenal journey for me. However, my professional background is finance. So I've been in finance for over 10 years, and I have moved industries. So I used to be in banking, I used to do mortgages, so I was in sales like you guys, and then I moved on to accountancy, and then I had a situation where I thought, I sort of keep changing jobs. So there was definitely this pattern reoccurring that something was not quite right. And I kept changing jobs because I was looking for this inspiration. I was looking for this career that would fulfill my dreams. I was looking for this place where I would not only get a good income, I would also be feeling like I'm creating something meaningful. I would be making a difference in this world. So I just kept looking and I kept changing jobs until about 5 years ago, where I was just about to change my job, or at least thinking about it. And then I've asked myself a question, and I thought, hold on a second, there is a pattern. This pattern is reoccurring. So there must be something else I'd have to do. So at that point, I reached out to Bob Proctor, who I was observing, following, reading his books, watching him on YouTube. I was even during his events, so I would be participating in any online event he would come up with. So I followed the guy for about 6-7 years. So 5 years ago, at that point, I thought there's definitely something that's missing in my life, and I don't know what to do. So when I was in sales, obviously, I joined sales because I had these dreams and aspirations, as you guys probably do, of becoming financially free. So most people who go into sales, they probably want to become financially free, because you don't have that income that's uncapped. You not only have a basic salary, but you also have this commission, and there's no and to what you can create. So sales is really an incredible business to be in, and I'm sure that that's why you're in sales. I'm sure, guys, you're not just, you didn't go into sales just to have a 9 to 5 job that can pay your bills, but you also probably wanted something more. You wanted to create that time and money freedom, right? Because the more money you have, the more time freedom you can create. So let me guys know if that's what it is. Why are you in sales? Why did you join sales in the first place? So do please share with us the reason you joined sales, or maybe the reason you've opened up your own business. So let us know in a couple of statements in a chat box, please. Why did you join sales? So now, making a long story short, when I was changing jobs after a job, I then thought, there must be something different. I must be missing something, because obviously I've done it already 3-4 times and I didn't find that job that was really fulfilling, and my income was not exciting at all. And because I was changing jobs, I would always start from the minimum pay. So then instead of going for another job, I thought maybe I just need to really find out something, what it is that I truly want to do, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was listening to Bob Proctor and to other great minds and leaders and motivational speakers out there, and they all kept saying that you have to live your life with this passion. You have to be, when you wake up every morning and you feel inspired, this is what you want to be doing. This is your aim. And I remember thinking, but I have no idea what that is. So I was kind of blindly looking for this passion. I was searching for this passion. That's why I was changing jobs. And that passion was not appearing in my life. So as you can imagine, the more I was changing jobs, the more confused I was. And the same with money. I always wanted to create enough money so I could be financially independent, and I could be doing whatever I wanted to do in my life, which is traveling and doing all sorts of hobbies. Yet again, the money wasn't there. My income was just enough to pay my bills and probably a holiday per year, or maybe a couple of holidays and just a few nights out. So that was just like a basic living. So then when I got my mentor, literally my life changed within a few months, because working with Bob Proctor closely, he really made me realize that it was not about the company I was working for. It was not about something else that I was searching. It was all about me. So it was all about understanding what is that I truly want in my life. What is my desire? What is my vision? What is my goal? And even though I've heard those things before and I thought I had some sort of goals in my life, I was not really always achieving them to the degree I had imagined. So that confusion put me in a state of searching for more. So if you are, guys, in this position right now in your life where you work in your job, so you're a salesperson and you have these aspirations and you have these dreams, these big goals and desires, but maybe it's not really working for you the way you want to. Maybe there is something within you where you feel that there must be a better way. There must be an easier way, because sometimes you look around and there are people who are making this happen, who are making it look easy. And maybe there are people in your own company who you think they're making it easy, and you're thinking, why is it not working for me? Or maybe you are really good in what you do and you're very committed and you do exactly what you're supposed to, yet again your income is not reflecting what you think and what you believe you desire. So if that resonates, if you are in any of these examples, please put resonate, #resonate in the chat box. So at least I know that you are pretty much where I used to be a few years ago. So by studying and understanding myself, I then was able to really discover my true life purpose. Discovering your life purpose, which is a part of your goal, is something we'll talk about later on today, okay? So it's really important for you to just pay attention, lean in, and I would say get rid of all the distractions and really commit that 1 hour per day this week to be here with us 100% present, because these information, I mean today we're just starting, but these information will unfold on daily basis this week, and by Thursday and Friday we'll literally give you this solution and this process that you can start applying after this week. But you really have to be committed and lean in and be with us present. Okay, so now guys, let me know how you are feeling. So what is your energy right now? Just put an emoji in a chat box. How are you feeling right now? How are you? Are you very keen to find out the ways to really increase your sales exponentially? Are you willing to find out what you can do so you're not being overworked, you're not working harder and harder trying to create better results? But we're going to share with you what you can do to actually create those exponential results with less effort. Are you guys excited, and are you ready to find out what is the secret behind that success? Let us know in a chat box with an emoji, and let us know how you feel. If you're feeling really excited, put a big smile please, or 2 thumbs up, or some crazy excitement face, whatever your imagination tells you to do, okay? So right now, guys, I'm just gonna scroll chat box quickly. Okay, Suzanne, Suzette, hello Suzette, really good to have you with us. Okay, thank you so much for your comment, and I will be back to your comments after the session as well, because I always want to make sure I read everything. Okay, so Suzette said she's joined sales because she was good at it and like the competitive nature of sales. I love it, Suzette. That's a really great attitude. And attitude is something we will talk about this week, because as one of my mentors said, when you change your attitude, your results in life will change as well. So attitude is definitely something we have to look at. However, many people misunderstand the word attitude. So we'll definitely explain in depth what attitude is and how to have this winning attitude. All right, guys. So as the comments are coming in the chat box, thank you so much for contributing. I would say that the more you contribute during this week, the more benefit you will get out. The more you ask questions, the more you share with the information or with your experiences, the more you're going to get out of this workshop, because I want you to be an active participant. So I don't want you to be just listening to us, to observe what we talk about, but I want you to really contribute, because the moment when you start asking questions, this is where your attention is definitely focused, and whatever you focus on expands. So you'll also get the information from these workshops and you'll remember them better. The moment when you contribute with your comments, with your experiences, sharing your experiences, this is where you start really remembering and understand those information on a deeper level. So it's really for your own benefit guys, to really have a chat with us during these live sessions. Is so important. This 1 hour is going to pass so quickly, but I just want you to get the most benefit from each session this week. And if you do participate, if you give it 100% this week, I can promise you guys, this is our promise to you, that at the end of this week, you will see and feel some visible changes. You'll feel some shifts within yourself because you gave it 100%, and we are here to serve you, support you, and uplift you, but we also have to have something in return. So give us thumbs up if you like the energy already. Give us thumbs up if you are gonna give us 100% commitment this week. Now guys, do you know that there's only 3% of population who lives the life they truly desire? So it is the lifestyle they have, it's the house they live in, it's the clothes that they want to wear, is the restaurants they go, is the trips they want to take per year. There's only 3% of people who truly live the life that they desire, and 97% of people They don't. And the reason is why 97% of people doesn't live the way they truly desire, why 97% of people is stuck, is because that 97% of people have not developed that success conscious mindset. Because I really want you guys to think and to pay attention to what we say this week. Because I want you to be open-minded to what we say, and I want you to not to sort of be close-minded, and if we say something you just say that's ridiculous, it can't be. I just want you to let yourself challenge and allow yourself challenge your beliefs. And I want you to be open-minded, because the ideas we're going to be sharing this week might be sometimes contradicting to your own beliefs and habits. And when that happens, which we will explain in a detail tomorrow and on Wednesday, when that happens, when you hear something that's the opposite to your beliefs, your conscious mind kicks it back, because it says that's ridiculous, it's nonsense, because it's against your logic. So that could be different type of opinions. So maybe you have a friend or family and you have sometimes discussions about one topic, and the two of you have the opposite opinions. So you would say, well, this is totally illogical. And just because something is illogical doesn't mean that the other person is wrong. It's just the other person's logic is different, and our logic is based on our belief system. So whatever we talk about this week, I really want you guys to be open-minded. And at least if you think, do you know what, this is ridiculous, at least write it down in your notebook, or the notebook you have dedicated, I hope, to this workshop. Write it down and just think about it a little bit after the workshop. Just give it further thought, instead of just letting your conscious mind, which is your educated mind, letting it to reject it straight away. Because that's what happens. When we hear something and it's the opposite to our belief system, our educated mind, which is your conscious mind, rejects that idea straight away. So I just want you guys to really experience the next 5 days with an open mind, okay? So now, when we said that 97% of people have not developed the success conscious mindset, it means that those people have also beautiful dreams, beautiful desires. A lot of them are highly educated people. They are very good, hardworking people. Yet again, there is something that is holding them back. And that success conscious mindset is something we'll explain this week as well. So what it is and what is really success conscious mindset. So how does it work? What sort of thinking you need to have, or you need to obtain to have that success conscious mindset. So we will talk about it this week as well. But once again, guys, if you find yourself that you have those dreams and desires, maybe it's your sales targets, maybe it's the amount of money you want to make per year, maybe it's your vision when it comes to your life, personal or professional, and maybe you've been working on it for some time and you keep working hard and hard and hard and you don't feel like it's coming. It's not because you're not capable of achieving it. It's only because you perhaps have not developed the success conscious mindset. Because as you will learn, guys, this week, that each and one of you, no exception, is capable and able to achieve anything that your heart truly desires, anything. But in order to do so, you need to be doing things in a certain way. So you need to be thinking in a certain way. And that certain way is something we'll explain in detail as we go this week. So by end of the week, all the puzzles will come together, okay? So if you are one of these people who maybe are, having really great goals and you don't seem that you've been achieving those goals, don't give up, okay? Don't lose hope. There is definitely a way to make it happen, and that's exactly what we'll be talking about today. So what I would like you to do now, I would like you each and one of you, I would like you to take a moment right now and think about where you are at right now. So we focus on sales, we focus on financial part perhaps, or maybe you're in sales for the status as well. Maybe it's something that you would want to be the best salespeople in person in your company. So whatever the reason is right now, I would like you to think about your goal and just write it down or in your notebook. Where are you at right now? So if it comes to sell, let's say that you have a target of, maybe if you're in mortgages, this is something that's close to my topic. So this is something I'm familiar with. So I can always talk about mortgages. Maybe your mortgage target is, let's say, 15 mortgages per month. Okay, 15 sales per month. So that is your target. And where are you at right now? So maybe you at 50%. So maybe 7 mortgages, 7 signups per month. Okay. So just write it down. Where are you at right now? Maybe it's when you're a team leader or a manager, maybe your goal is something different. So whatever your goal is per month or per year, just write it down. Where are you at right now? I just really want you to write it down. And the reason I ask you to write it down, because it's very important to write things down. So your goals, your mission statement, your vision, everything that you work towards, it's really important to write it down. So we're going to be leading you through this process, and just if you follow our simple step-by-step formula, by end of the week you'll literally have it, you'll pretty much have an entire process put together. Okay, so write it down, please. And now I would like to ask you a question. Do you believe that the company that you work for has a goal or a vision? So do you believe or do you think that the company that you work for has a goal and a vision? If you're a business owner, then I'll ask you, do you have as a business goal and a business vision statement? And I think it's a pretty obvious question, isn't it? But just answer it to yourself, and please do share with us if you do know that the company or the business you have has that goal, and if they do you know what that is? So just write it down, please. If you know what it is, just write it down. You can share it with us in the chat box. It's going to be more interesting if we get some sort of feedback from you as well, because this is where we can serve you best. Yes, great. Thank you so much, Suzette. That's very good. And now I would like you to write down your own goal. So like Suzette said, that you joined sales because it was competitive and you liked it and you were very good at it. So I'm sure you've got a goal as well, Suzette. So just write down your goal, your own goal, what it is. So write it down in your notebook, please, guys. And my next question to you would be, is your goal aligned or in line with the company goal? So when you look at the company goal or your own business goal, if you're a business owner, that's much easier, isn't it? But if you're a manager of your team, or if you're an employee and you work in a sales company, then it might be slightly different. So now it's really important to see, is your goal aligned with the company's goal? Is your vision aligned with company's vision? Because this is where many companies and many salesmen actually grow apart. There's loads of companies having sales goals, sales targets, but they're not aware of that this sales goal and target or a vision has to be aligned with every employee, and it's not an easy thing to do either. So now if it's a yes, that's great. If it's a no, I would say highlight it, put like an exclamation mark next to it. Okay, guys. And now my next question in this topic is, do you believe that having a financial goal is a good enough goal? So just ask yourself a question. Is having a financial goal a good enough goal? And if you say yes, it's a good enough goal, let us know why. Or even you can just answer yourself, why do you believe that having a financial goal is a good enough goal? If you're brave enough and would like to share it with your ideas, please let us know in the chat box. Why do you think that having a financial goal is a good enough goal? So we're just going to give it a few more seconds until we get a couple of answers here. Okay, guys. Right. Thank you so much. So now when you think about, it's, if you are working for a company or having your own business, that will be probably two different conversations as well. Okay. So we will probably just jump from one example to another, not to mix it up because it's slightly different. Okay. If you're a business owner, it's much easier to incorporate that in a business. If you are an employee, working for a large company, that's a very different scenario as well. And if you're a manager having 20 people to manage or 50 people to manage, that's also another case scenario. However, it all links together, because where majority of people are stuck, especially as an employee, is that they are being given sales targets. So I remember myself in a situation where we're given sales targets, and obviously there is a financial reward behind it. But that financial reward was great if the sales targets were achieved. However, I never really got trained on the way to think about it, on creating that success conscious mindset. Because having a financial goal, it's good to have, because many people are driven by money, which is great. It's also a good fun. However, that financial goal, if it's just money, if it's just an amount, and sometimes when I talk to people and I ask them, so, what is your goal? And they say, well, I just want to be a millionaire, or I want to be earning £1 million or $1 million per year. And then I ask them, why is that? And they say, because it sounds good. It sounds good to be earning $1 million or £1 million per year. And then I think that's really interesting. However, this sounds good. It's not really a good enough goal, because, it's not just the money itself. The money itself might be a great drive, but the money itself will not really keep you motivated unless there is something behind the money. So the financial goal is great, but for those people who really succeed, and they probably do it unconsciously, because many very high achievers, many people, not only in sales, but in any business, high achievers, they think in a certain way. They really think in a certain way. When you ask them why they do what they do, they can't even explain it to you. They will just say, well, I just simply follow a process. I just simply follow the strategy. I just simply apply this strategy, because they are unconscious competent. And I would say that's great for the person, because, they are making it happen. They are proving that the strategy works. That's why the company sometimes takes those high achievers and puts them on a podium saying, well, this person can do it, and they're exceeding the sales targets. They're using that great proven strategy. So let's enroll that strategy onto all of our team, because that strategy works. It's been proven many times. And then they put that strategy into work. They go and train every salesperson to use that strategy. And then when people come back into the office, it does not work as they would hope for. So the company invests a lot of money They invest a lot of money in strategies. They invest huge amount of money in training people, telling them and showing them what to do. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I've done it myself and I've been given a great proven strategy. I've been really told what to do from the moment the phone rings. And if the phone didn't ring, because majority of the time the phone didn't ring, you would have to pick up the phone, and I was told exactly how to speak to my prospects, how to revisit my prospects, how to do the follow-ups. I was told and taught every single process of this great strategy. I was taught how to talk to a prospect right in front of me, how to then make a second appointment, and how to close the sale. I was taught all of that. Not only I was taught all of that, I also had my manager sometimes coming and role playing with me, because they thought the more you practice, the better it becomes. However, I was not really good at it, because there was something that was holding me back. Yes, we had sales targets. We had those rewards behind the sales targets. There was this potential earning waiting there for me, and there would be a month I would achieve it, but I think it would just happen by accident. I never knew what I did. It just happened, and then people thought, well, you finally got it, and then the next month it wouldn't happen, the following month it wouldn't happen. So for the salesperson and the sales manager and the sales director, that is a very frustrating moment. Because most people, including salespeople, they have no idea what they're doing. It worked once, maybe twice, maybe a few times, but it's not consistent. It's not consistent, and it can drive people crazy both ways. And then the company loses out because they cannot generate the profit as they could have if they had all these high achievers. So now what we do talk about, what we're going to be talking about in detail in the next few days, is what is happening inside of the mindset with the person who is giving that strategy, this really good, proven, working strategy. Yet again, that strategy is not working for every person. Why? It's because today we only have time to explain a part of it, but I promise you guys, by end of this week, you'll see the whole picture. So when you're giving this strategy and you're being given those sales targets and the money behind it, and you have this financial target. So when a high achiever comes in the picture and they are driven by the money, which is great, they usually have a vision of what's behind the money. High achievers, not only in sales, but high achievers anywhere, they think in a certain way. They just don't look at the goal and think this is the goal and I'll have to make it happen because that's the target given to me. Those people think with a different mindset. So when they look at the goal, they usually do have a vision about the money. What's the money representing? What sort of a lifestyle they can have with the money? What they can do with the money? Who they can become? Maybe they helping the family, maybe friends, so they usually have that vision with the money. There's usually something bigger than just having that target sales, just for the sake of meeting the target sales, so I can get a pat on the back. Because that pat on the back feels good at some point, but then if it's so hard, and I remember that's where I was stuck, it was harder and harder. And after a year, after 18 months, I've realized that it was up and down. It was never consistent. And I just didn't know what I was doing wrong. And nobody could say, because when you ask this high achiever person, they can't tell you exactly what they're doing. They can't explain it to you that they operate with certain habits, that they operate with certain way of thinking, that they operate with certain self-image. And self-image is absolutely huge. So when you talk to a person, a salesperson in your company perhaps, they come across a certain way. So every high achiever is a confident person. You wouldn't probably come across a very good salesperson being withdrawn, being shy, speaking quietly in the corner somewhere. They're usually quite confident, chest up, loud voice. They just come across like they are an expert in their field. And this is something that many people are not aware of, because this is just a part of their, as we call, paradigm. Paradigm is something everybody has. So paradigm is a multitude of habits, belief system, and self-image. And self-image is something absolutely huge. Self-image is so important that we have dedicated entire session tomorrow to self-image. What is self-image, how it affects your life, personal and professional, and especially how your self-image, so the way you see yourself, the way you perceive yourself in certain situation, how it affects your results. So self-image is something hugely important. It's either making of your success or breaking of your success. And self-image is something like Maxwell Maltz used to say, and we'll talk about him in more detail tomorrow. He used to say that you cannot outperform your self-image. So no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you work, no matter how many hours you put into your sales job, if your self-image is not matching your desired result, if you're perhaps operating with certain habits or beliefs that are limiting and pulling you back, it doesn't matter how hard you try, you will just not get to your desired results. Is this something quite inspiring, guys? Are you getting some aha moments or maybe a lot of value from this? If yes, give us like 2 thumbs up in the chat box, please. Okay? Because we have so much more to cover today. So if this is something that maybe it's giving you that understanding already, that, you know, maybe you've been in that situation, maybe you know exactly what to do, however, you're not doing it. You're not picking up that phone every single day. You're not calling prospects. You know exactly what to do, but you're not doing it. You know exactly what sort of questions to ask, but you're not doing it. You're on the phone with the prospect, given a script right there, you know, and you're being told to just practice the script, to memorize the script, and you're not doing it. You're not asking those questions. You just can't get into it. So you're almost sometimes avoiding the situation, and sometimes you're procrastinating. Procrastinating to be calling your prospect on a daily basis, procrastinating to be contacting people on a daily basis. And as a salesperson, you know that contacting and prospecting, so contacting prospects, speaking to people, is the core of your business. You know that because you're a salesperson and you know what to do. So many salespeople, most salespeople, I would say, if they not already know what to do because they've had some previous experience, when they come into a sales job, they're being trained and they're being told what to do, just like I was. But then something I totally didn't understand 10 years ago was it was not about the strategy. It was not about me knowing what to do. It was about my self-image. It was about my belief system. It was about my habits. And I've had loads of limiting habits when it came to sales. And I used to have loads of limiting beliefs when it came to sales. And habits and beliefs we'll talk about in detail on Wednesday, guys. So on Wednesday, we're going to really bring you a picture of you, of who you are and how your mind works when it comes to the way you think. So your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, and we'll explain it to you in a detail why you're not doing the things you know how to. What is holding you back? Not only what's holding you back, because you might be aware that there are certain habits and beliefs that hold you back, but what exactly is holding you back. And we'll help you to understand on Wednesday how to spot those beliefs and those habits that are literally sabotaging your success. So now, guys, what I would like you to do for the next 5 minutes, I would like you to listen to the music I'm going to play for the next about 3 to 5 minutes. And I would like you to really allow yourself to dream big. I just want you to get rid of all the questions you have in your head, how you're going to make it happen, you know, what you have to do to make it happen. But I would like you to really close your eyes with the next 5 minutes when I start playing the music. And I want you to really answer this question. What would you love to have? What sort of goal and vision would you want to create for yourself if there was no limitations? Because the only limitations we have, it's our own thinking. And when I've asked you about your goals, what is your goal? Usually 90% of people go after something they think they can get. Because they will say, right, if I study this, then I can do that. And if I do this, then I can achieve that. Without literally giving even a think that when you dream big, when you really allow yourself to imagine, allow your imagination to wander, this is where we really create the true vision, the worthy goal. When you just allow your imagination to wander. You don't need to know how or what you have to do. Whereas we've been trained in our childhood and educational system that if you don't know how to do it, then it's impossible to make it happen. And that's how we live our life. Majority of people go after something that they think they know how to get. And that goal is not big enough goal. That's not a worthy goal. And that goal is really not something you should be going for, because this goal would not only won't make you to grow, but also you will lack motivation. So something I'll talk about a little bit about motivation after this moment of really allowing yourself to dream big. So no, there's no limitations, nothing matters. And ask yourself a question, literally ask yourself a question. What would I love to do? Or what would I love to earn? Or what is my vision for my current position, for my job? If you love your job, if you love your business, that's a great question to ask. If you don't enjoy your job, maybe you could ask yourself a question what you would love to do, okay? So for the next 3 minutes, just close your eyes and just allow your imagination to take you into this place of your true dreams and desires. Keep going, guys. The music just stopped, but just keep visualizing, okay? So don't open your eyes, just let your imagination wander. And just keep asking the question, what would you love to be doing? How much money would you love to be earning? And if it's a sales related question, how much sales would we want to make in each month? Okay, guys, now you can slowly open your eyes. And did you have some sort of vision? Did you have some sort of pictures at the back of your mind? Did you experience that? If you did, just put yes in the chat box, please. So imagination is one of your higher mental faculties. And imagination is, like Einstein used to say, imagination is your miraculous tool. Do you know, I love science and I love Einstein, and I read so many of his books and biographies, and he was called the genius, right? And many people think, you know, people like Einstein are just born with this special mind or the special genius, and this is so special in that one person, 1 in a million or 1 in a billion. However, you know, Einstein was born like each and one of us, and each and one of us is born with 99% of a genius. However, because we don't use our mind in a certain way, and we don't use our higher mental faculties, and we have 6 higher mental faculties, because we don't use them, we then are not perceived, or we think we're not as productive or as creative or as genius as other people are. And the truth is that a lot of your potential is locked in. So each and one of you has this amazing potential to really create anything you want. So, you know, we can talk about sales entire week, but that comes to any area of your life. So when you focus on sales, when you focus on your business, when you focus on growing clients, all of this has to be a part of your imagination. And when you start practicing and using your imagination, this is where wonders happen. This is where magic comes in. So let me know, guys, if you've seen something in your imagination, if you've seen the sort of pictures of your ideal life, maybe of your sales targets, maybe of, you know, of something that you truly want to be doing every single day. If you have, just give me a big fat yes in a chat box, please. If you couldn't see anything, which I don't think is the case, maybe what would happen is maybe you didn't see like a picture, maybe it was just all sorts of blur images, maybe there were some sort of images from today's day, and if that's what it is, it's because you don't really have your imagination under control. Because the truth is, your imagination, thank you so much for yes, it's good. The truth is, your imagination works 24/7. So just a quick example of how your imagination works. Let's say you talk to a friend of yours, right? And they tell you about this beautiful ski trip they had last year or 2 years ago. And they tell you how mountains were absolutely amazing and so beautiful. And you couldn't see the top of the mountain because it was higher, it was hidden in the clouds, and there was so much snow around it. And the sun was shining. You had to have the goggles because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see. And when you were going down the hill, there were so many people. There were like hundreds of people, and you know, they keep telling you the story. And when you're listening to the story, you can see that in your imagination, because your imagination works 24/7. And it's the same when it comes to your sales targets. When you start learning and when you start using and exercising your imagination, it becomes stronger. So when you see yourself as this successful salesperson, and when you see yourself achieving those sales targets, not only achieving it but exceeding it, that's the first step to your success. The use and exercise of your imagination, the controlled use of your imagination. It's like Einstein used to say, before he had any discovery, all these great genius discoveries he's made, he said before that he was using his imagination to see the outcome. He was using his imagination to see the outcome, and then idea was coming in. Imagination is your workshop. And in order to really break through this working hard, trying hard, and all of this, you have to be doing something different than 97% of people are doing. And 97% of people, what they do is they tell you you have to study to work and work hard to then earn a lot of money. And the same in sales training, as I was taught, is you have to learn the strategy, you have to work hard, and you have to, really push hard, and then you have to make it happen. Nobody, as I remember, was teaching me about my imagination in sales. And I think sometimes when you talk about stuff, people think like, woohoo, what's that all about? But when you really read science about it, and tomorrow we're going to be talking about the scientific you, so the science behind your success. It's pure science. It's literally what NASA used to do, NASA's experiments. We're going to be talking about NASA's experiments tomorrow. So this is pure science. And when you really study this, because I love the scientific part about it, you study about yourself, you study about the particles, how it behaves, you study about how everything in your body behaves when you think in a certain way, when you feel in a certain way, and then you act in a certain way. This is the attitude. So I just gave you heads up, guys, for our next lesson on Wednesday. Okay? So something I want to leave you with today before we go is... Excellent. So on said today I drove one sale potential. There you go. So now you can use this imagination exercise, and you can just imagine having 2 sales tomorrow, or go 4 sales tomorrow, go double tomorrow, and just see it in your imagination, prospects coming to you. And this is such a powerful exercise in order to really stop working hard and to really get your sales to the next level, to really increase your sales exponentially, not just little by working harder. You need to be thinking differently. You almost have to be retraining your blueprint. Blueprint is something that you're conditioned with, certain beliefs and habits that you do on autopilot because they all are in your subconscious mind. So this is something we're going to be talking about tomorrow. So, right, guys, just a quick summary of today's session is that having a goal is very important. So sales goals are important, but they're not good enough. They're not good enough because if it's just a goal for the sake of being a goal, it's not going to drive you towards it, and it's not going to keep you motivated. There has to be something much bigger than just having a goal or having sales target. There has to be that vision what's behind that goal, and the way you think about it and the way you feel about it. And also you have to be aware if your self-image is aligned with that vision of yours. Your vision and company's vision, if you work for a company, it should be the same, because this is where really the company can get the best out of their employees, because the employees are the gold of the company. And if there is no way that you can get the best in your people, your company's profits going to go down as well. They're not going to be as profitable. The company is not going to be as profitable as it could have been otherwise. So it's so important to have that goal and vision aligned. And then when it really comes to your goals, they shouldn't be the goals that you know how to get to, because there's so much behind the goal and the real purpose of the goal. But you have to have that vision about it, and you have to really go after something that truly excites you. And then this is where you then use your imagination to really get connected with that goal. And your imagination is one of your 6 mental faculties, and it's like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the easier it gets. Right, guys, so now before you go, I have homework for you. So this is something that we really encourage you to do, because by participating 100%, then you get the most benefit out of it. I don't want you guys just to log in and listen to us or just be present, and we're very happy to have you here, but I just want you to break through certain habits. And the only way to break through certain habits is by action. Nothing happens except when you act on it. So there's one homework for you guys. And I would like you to write your revised goal statement and vision statement for this year. Okay, so just think about it, what we said. Let your imagination wander. Ask yourself what is that you truly desire. Write it down. It's so important to write it down. Write it down. Take a selfie with it and post it in our group. And for every person who will finish the homework, who accomplish the homework, so write it down, the goal and a vision statement, take a picture, post it in our group, you'll receive a gift from us, which is a very powerful and beautiful article about setting and achieving goals. And it's few pages and it's absolutely beautifully written with 13 steps what to do exactly in order to achieve your the most crazy and desired goals there are. So for every person who completes the homework by tomorrow 6 p.m. UK time and post in our group, you will get that that goal article. Okay, so thank you so much for being with us, guys. Thank you so much for listening. It's really great to have you with us, and have a beautiful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. and tomorrow we'll talk about self-image. And self-image, it's like your powerhouse. Unless you shift your self-image, no results will shift. And unless you shift your self-image, doesn't matter how hard you try, your results will not be met. So it's a very exciting topic to be at. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow.